Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, I want to take you to a certain reactions from one Mutahi Ngunyi, the prof. Mutahi Ngunyi has reacted to the call by the youths to have William Ruto go, because that is what the Gen Zs are talking about. Initially, the issue was drop the finance bill, but the moment youths got shot and died, the call changed to now Ruto must go. So Mutahi Ngunyi seems not to be happy about what the youths are talking about.
Nataka hata wamama kama wanaweza nisikia, tuungane, tuende kotini, tustaki hiyo jina yenye alikuwa anasema ati wewe mama mboga, mtu wa bonda, huyu mtu wa mkokoteni anamalizia sharara, atuambie hiyo sharara ni nini? Alikuwa anamalizia hapo. Kwa hivyo hata tuko na haki ya kwenda hata hiyo kotini kuuliza hii sharara ilikuwa anamalizia.
So Mutahi Ngunyi seems to be reacting to the call by the youths there, or the call by the SABASABA attendees there, that Ruto must go. So there are three tweets which Mutahi Ngunyi has shared in his X handle. So let me take you to some of these tweets. Now, Mutahi Ngunyi says, "Dear goons, you don't know Man Ruto. His father was in the Nandi resistance against the colonizers. You think you can scare a Nandi out of State House by shouting Ruto must go. The Samoy in him is just being nice. Give up, or you can dialogue if you have a point." If you have a point. Now that is just one of the tweets that Mutahi Ngunyi has posted. Just like I said, I have sampled 3 tweets. The one tweet that I've read, that is just one of them. And at the time I was reading this tweet, it had gotten almost 600,000 views, meaning people are really reading this tweet. Now, before further analysis on these tweets by Mutahi Ngunyi and the call by Mutahi Ngunyi, kindly like this video. It is so important if you like this video. And I'm so grateful for everyone who has been liking our videos. Remember, I don't take that for granted. Subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed before. And to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. The tweet by Mutahi Ngunyi received massive reactions. But let's head over to the second tweet, also by Mutahi Ngunyi. Now, in this second tweet, Mutahi Ngunyi says, "My point, to try and overthrow a constitutionally elected president through civil disobedience is to do a civilian coup. And the constitution allows it. But did Ruto listen? Yes. Did he climb down? Yes. Why must he go? No idea. This revolution has no argument except ban Kenya." Okay. Let me take you to the third tweet, because we like to react to those 3 tweets, but let me take you to the third tweet. Now, the third tweet, "For the record, I did not vote for Ruto. I rejected him. But what if the revolution is Ruto, the cornerstone rejected by the builders in the Bible? Have Gen Zs and goons put us on the world map? Yes. Because of who? Ruto. Question, is he the revolution?" You know, Mutahi Ngunyi is bringing some very, very interesting points here, which personally we don't agree with, because he talks about goons. In a nutshell, Mutahi Ngunyi is referring to the protesters as goons. This is just the same as what Ruto mentioned when he referred to the protesters as criminals. And when that happened, that is now how matters escalated. And that is what forced William Ruto to calm down. So why is Mutahi Ngunyi referring to these people as goons? Despite the fact that you see that the SABASABA rally was largely peaceful, no mayhem. I mean, it's very peaceful, and it was just, trying to air out opinions. In fact, it was a bit professional. If you followed that proceedings, I did. I followed the proceedings, despite the fact that I'm not in Nairobi, but I managed to catch a glimpse of what was taking place for the better part of the day, the performances and the procession to Moi Avenue. And in fact, there is even a video of a nightclub, I'm just sharing shortly. So all these things, we never saw a single rubber bullet fired. We never saw a single stone being thrown. So that only means the goons that Prof is talking about, Mutahi Ngunyi here, are not the Gen Zs. Maybe those are some of those goons who are planted in the demonstrations to make it appear violent. Because if you remember our previous analysis, we talked about goons who are planted in the Gen Z's demonstration. So, by the fact that Mutahi Ngunyi seems to be referring to these people as goons, definitely this is not going to augur well with the youths. But of course, we know lately that Mutahi Ngunyi has been serving the interests of the regime. But let me take you to a certain reaction here by Bonnie Mwangi. Now, this is what he says. The serious illness, ladies and gentlemen, is sycophancy. I beseech you to avoid it like the plague. Sycophancy consumes the afflicted souls until they cannot reason anymore. They cannot process simple things. For instance, which one of the foundational issues plaguing Kenya has the president solved by clamping down? Do we still have a hopeless, corrupt government? Do we still have an economy where a small percentage of Kenyans are consuming virtually all resources? Do we still have a government where the best jobs are still dominated by one or two tribes? Do we still have an out-of-touch and incompetent government that believes that rather than address our fiscal indiscipline, it's better to continue borrowing like there is no tomorrow? Do we still have an unsustainable economic mess where we are spending 60% of tax revenues on debt? The answer is emphatic yes. What the heck is this man talking about? Very well. That is a response to Mutahi Ngunyi. Mutahi Ngunyi seems to have found his match in that response, because he has been executing total political mayhem, trying to justify why youths do not have a right to demonstrate. And this is not disrespect to the professors. Professors are people who are held in high esteem, well respected. In fact, they are the custodians of so much. The information they have there upstairs, what they know, what they give people in lectures. Professors are highly regarded people. But you see, what Mutahi Ngunyi is exhibiting is a total embarrassment to the fraternity, the professors. This message from Mutahi Ngunyi is evident of someone who is being paid to peddle such information. I started off by telling you that Mutahi Ngunyi served in Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's government. And when he was serving there, he is one of those people who used to fight William Ruto. And Mutahi Ngunyi should know that William Ruto is aware. He's aware that he's a person on sale. So you say, we can confidently say that he could have been bought to make him release such kind of statements. I won't bring an example of Atwoli because we already talked about him. Politicians and some of these people in the society who I think youth should now fight hard to make sure that they exit the society. One of them is Mutahi Ngunyi. How else would have Y2K, pushed harder if it had not been formed? If youth had not converged in 1990 or 1992 there to actually have themselves be known. That's why we're talking about the Youth for UDA, another formation that is slowly being cooked. It's actually being cooked behind the scene. Mutahi Ngunyi's remarks are, we can't say they are untimely. They are timely, yes. But Mutahi Ngunyi should tell us one thing that has been implemented. Of course, we know William Ruto talked about removing of the budget for the offices, first, second, and the office of the spouse. But take a look at this. Since they took over until now, how much has been spent in those offices? whereby we find that First Lady has 285 employees. We find that the Second Lady has almost 100 plus employees. We don't know about the numbers that are in the Prime Cabinet, the spouse of the Prime Cabinet Secretary's office. We don't know about that. But we do know that in the two offices, that is the number that's been communicated. And in fact, I got that information from the Senate proceedings. You know, I can't say it was politics, but because it was made public in the Senate proceedings. Now to pay 285 people na hakuna kazi ambayo inaonekana wanafanya, that is huge wastage. So Mutahi Ngunyi should know better that despite the fact that he's saying that Ruto has climbed down, the issue of finance bill has not been totally addressed. That's why there is a need to continue pushing. The window that the finance bill is left with, na tunajua kwamba bado hakuna ile total commitment to have it withdrawn. Zile tumeona ni memos tu na circulars na vitu kwa mitandao, lakini the final decision has not been, because the parliament is a person who is the body that can do that. The president cannot withdraw the finance bill, and that has been communicated by so many advocates, lawyers, so many political analysts. So what Mutahi Ngunyi is saying that that William Ruto has climbed down on, I think Mutahi Ngunyi is missing the point. Because one thing for sure is that the cabinet secretaries must be fired, all of them. And everybody is talking about that. So one of the call was to have them fired because of incompetence. And Ruto has agreed that his office is full of incompetency. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to rest my case there. But what do you think about this Professor Mutahi Ngunyi's tweets, 3 tweets? Just offer a reaction regarding the tweets. And I think nobody likes these tweets. But just share below the comment section what do you think about them. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.